that is in the process of moving northeast. And Taylor, I'm going to let you kick in for just a second while I change computers, so I'll be right back.
Okay. So yeah, we're watching what has been a confirmed tornado across parts of Jefferson County, just moved through Center Point. This is going to continue heading northeastward. So that puts Candlewood Lakes in the path of this circulation. It's moving through the northern portion of Chalkville. And as we look at the velocity, this is going to be the different wind speeds, different directions. At this point, does look like that circulation is starting to move a little bit farther northeastward towards Eagle Ridge. And sometimes what happens is when we're looking at that correlation coefficient, that debris signature, it can follow the actual circulation just a bit. So what I want to do is hold it here on the velocity. And I'm seeing the indication, the best indication of rotation at this point, moving through Eagle Ridge, Candlewood Lakes. That's moving through the city of Clay. So County Road 30. If you live along County Road 30, you need to make sure you are in your safe place. Eventually, this will be moving towards Dogwood Estates in the coming minutes. So if any of these roads sound familiar to you, if you live along Trustful Clay Road, if you live along County Road 30, this is when you need to be in your safe space. The good news at this point, I'm seeing a little bit of an indication of broadening of that rotation, but this has been a confirmed tornado, so we need to treat it as that. And we do have some damage reports back east of I-65 from this circulation. We're starting to see more damage reports come in from some of the folks that did deal with this same circulation. So this is a storm that we need to take very seriously. I'm going to put back on that correlation coefficient. And at this point, not seeing a super strong indication of that lowering of the CC co-located with that velocity signature. So that could indicate that at least for a moment, maybe we're not seeing that debris lofted, but these storms certainly cycle. So at times they will be on the ground and then you can see it lift for a little bit and then it can tighten back up. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue watching that circulation. I'm going to change it back here to the velocity so we can get a good idea of where exactly we are seeing the strongest indication of rotation at this point. We're getting some new information here. So the tornado warning continues. So we are looking at that circulation that is near the city of Clay. And at this point, a little bit harder to pick out where exactly that circulation is, but it does appear this would be the area here near Candlewood Lakes where we are seeing the strongest indications of rotation at this point. So Candlewood Lakes.
Close to the Clay Chalkville High School. So again, some of the neighborhoods up and through there, Pilgrim's Rest, Clay Chalkville High School. Just be aware that it's, again, the analog to this is the 23rd of January, 2012. And I'm not saying this is the same strength. I'm not saying it's the exact same path. It's probably not, but it's close. And if you're anywhere close to that path in 2012, you certainly need to be sheltered. And again, this is Clay Chalkville Road right up here. So again, this tornadic signature here is going to be soon moving out of Jefferson into St. Clair counties. This is the county line right here. So this will be out of Jefferson County fairly soon and into St. Clair County exclusively here in a matter of minutes. So we can give Jefferson County an all clear in probably about 10 minutes. But again, we are watching the chat sessions here and a lot of social media reports. And again, we've had some reports of trees down. At the moment, I don't have reports of structural damage, although there are reports of neighborhoods impacted on the east side of Interstate 65 in Fultondale. We also have reports of significant damage at the Walker Chapel Road exit on I-65 with high-tension power lines down across the exit ramp. So again, there's apparently been damage from this in the Fultondale area. You saw that signature coming right through Fultondale. So again, this is velocity. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient product, the debris tracker, if you will. And again, we're starting to lose that signature, which is a good thing. So again, the signature in terms of debris, and again, this is what we're watching right here. And notice how it begins to fade away as it comes up here toward Clay and Clay Chalkville High School, Clay Elementary School, and that's a good thing, and hopefully that trend continues. But it could be cycling. These will be somewhat cyclic this evening. Sometimes these things get wrapped up and they occlude and they go away and then they redevelop. But this is the first warning of the night. So far, up until now, these storms have been pretty well behaved. But again, we've got a tornado warning for the northeastern corner of Jefferson County, and this is specifically for Clay and Chalkville. And Argo is right down and through here, and then it's going to cross over into St. Clair County. Springville is located right here. Old Springville Road runs down here through Clay, and that's Old Springville Road. And then this is Interstate 59 right here. That's US 11 right here. So really anybody from Clay back over to Springville, obviously you want to be sheltered. We hope that the signature continues to diminish, and it has in the last few volume scans, but at this point the tornado warning will continue. The tornado moving northeast. We should mention we have a severe thunderstorm warning for Pickens County in West Alabama. This is for a storm on the western side of the state. And again, there's no evidence of a tornado here, but just to give you a quick note, we have the possibility of large hail falling in this storm that is coming up through Pickensville. That'll be coming out toward Carrollton and Aliceville. So again, for Pickens County, that is a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect until 12 midnight tonight. But again, we're going to focus on the tornado warning. So let's go back to St. Clair and northeastern Jefferson counties. And we are going to watch to see how this whole thing plays out. In fact, let's leave that wide view in for just a second, just kind of give you a reference point. Birmingham is right here. The tornado came through Fultondale. It's been coming up through Pawnee, Center Point, Clay, Chalkville, and it's about to cross over into St. Clair County. Weather's just horrible in St. Clair County, really from Asheville back down here toward Margaret, Springville, St. Clair Springs. There could be some small hail falling. And again, we're watching not just that rain, but we're watching for the tornadic circulation. So let's go to the velocity product. This is going to be looking at the wind speeds relative to the radar, and we'll kind of focus in on the county line. And the signature is getting more noisy. It's more ill-defined, if you will. Let's look at the debris tracker, see if we can find the negative CC hole in this thing about right here. And at this point, the last time we looked, we didn't see much, and we don't see much right now. That's just a lot of noise. So at the moment, it looks like the tornado perhaps is lifted, but again, the warning has not been canceled. So until the warning is canceled, you stay sheltered. But we're about to give an all clear to everybody in Jefferson County in about 10 minutes. We can give an all clear to Center Point. We can give an all clear to Fultondale. We can give an all clear to Pawnee, areas back to the south and west. Tornadic circulation is moving into St. Clair County. So again, to the west, most of Jefferson County, the danger is over from this storm. But that broad circulation is about to cross into St. Clair County. This is the county line, Jefferson County here, St. Clair County here. This is Springville, US 11, Interstate 59. This is Argo. This is Margaret, which is right down through here. This is St. Clair Springs on Alabama Highway 23, which is between Springville and Asheville. You go up here to Asheville, Whitney Junction. So if you're in any of these places we talked about, you still want to be sheltered. I hope in a few minutes we can give you an all clear because, again, the signature is getting very noisy on this. It is not a well-defined tornadic signature like we had from 10:30 until about 11 o'clock tonight. I'd say for that 30-minute stretch, it was a very well-defined tornado that was lofting debris. It was down. And again, as soon as we get some damage reports, we'll be passing that along here. But it looks like there was clearly some damage along Interstate 65, Walker's Chapel Road, Fultondale, some of the neighborhoods east of Fultondale. But again, this is St. Clair County right in through here. So this is our danger. We're down to really two polygons, a very small one for the northeastern corner of Jefferson County. This includes Clay, but you can see the circulation is basically in the process of crossing over into St. Clair County. So in a matter of minutes, we can give Jefferson County an all clear. Again, Taylor's kind of suggesting where the greatest circulation is showing up now, it's around Argo. And again, it's pretty broad. This is not really a classic tornado signature at this point, but that could change in a matter of minutes. These, again, can be very cyclic, and this is producing torrents of rain in through here. There could be some flash flooding issues. There could be some small hail falling as well. But again, to get your bearings straight, that's Interstate 59 right here. This is US 231 that goes up to Aniana, down to Asheville, down to Pell City. And again, this is the rotation detector. This is one of the products coming off the radar system showing the greatest potential of rotation is sitting on the Jefferson-St. Clair County line, east of Clay, north of Argo. And again, that'll be coming out here probably a little bit north of Margaret and maybe south of Springville. So let's put the correlation coefficient back, and again, it's going to be labeled as a debris tracker. And the good news I have to report is the fact that basically that TDS has gone away for now, the tornado debris signature.
We do have a new report from Fultondale of multiple power lines down and structural damage throughout the city of Fultondale.
Right, and again, this is coming from the Weather Service in Birmingham. So again, reports of down lines and structural damage throughout Fultondale. And at the time, we had that TDS on the radar when it came through Fultondale. And I would imagine we have damage probably in Pawnee and over into Center Point. Now, we don't know that for sure, but based on the radar, it sure looks like we have, and that's a very densely populated part of the world here in Alabama, Jefferson County. So as we get additional reports from the news, we'll be passing that along. But again, our concern, it's warning you of these storms that are in progress right now. And there's just 2 severe storms in the state. This is the one with a tornado warning. We've got Pickens County with a severe thunderstorm warning. But again, we've got broad circulation. And again, that you can see that it might be trying to develop down to the south. Again, this is Margaret. Again, a lot of new neighborhoods here, beautiful school. A possible tornado is awfully close to the town of Margaret, which is here. This is in St. Clair County. But I will say now, we can give Jefferson County an all clear. So again, for everybody in Jefferson, all clear. Clay, Chalkville, Trussville, all clear. The concern now is exclusively into St. Clair County. So again, evidence of circulation right here that's going to be coming up pretty close to Margaret, south of Springville. And again, let's go back to the correlation coefficient product to see if we have any debris being lofted, and no, we don't at this point. So the best possible case here is that broad circulation is aloft, it's not down, and we're not having any debris showing up. So I would say at this point, most likely the circulation is aloft, but it really doesn't matter when it comes to what you do. You want to be sheltered in St. Clair. And again, Jefferson County, all clear. The warning for Jefferson has been canceled by the Weather Service in Birmingham. It's over. So the problem now is exclusively into St. Clair County. So again, Springville is right here, Interstate 59 coming up toward Asheville. Asheville is right here. Whitney Junction is right up here. That's US 11. We don't see debris being lofted, but let's go back to velocity. And the beauty, I mean, we could only dream of doing this years ago. It's amazing how far technology has come. But this is just really broad rotation in through here. It's just hard to find tight rotation within this storm at the moment. And if the trend continues, the Weather Service might let this warning they might cancel the warning. It's a distinct possibility. But until they do that, you stay sheltered. So again, Springville, Asheville, St. Clair Springs, Margaret, you stay sheltered until we give you an all clear, which hopefully we can do fairly soon. So I want to go back to Pickens real quick, Taylor. I want to go to West Alabama. This is St. Clair County. You stay sheltered. We're going to come right back to this in just a second. In Pickens County, there's no tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that is for this thunderstorm cluster that could produce damaging straight-line winds and large hail. This is about to come through Carrollton. Carrollton right here, that's the county seat of Pickens County. That's Highway 17 coming south out of Reform. Gordo is right here, and this is your polygon. And again, notice it is a yellow polygon, not a red polygon. That means this is a severe thunderstorm warning until midnight. So again, potential for strong straight-line winds. And of course, if that continues, that'll wind up in Tuscaloosa County. And clearly up here in the northwestern part of the county, you might see some small hail as well. Up here above Brownville, back up toward the Fayette County line in Newtonville. So let's go back to St. Clair County. It is now 11:13. I'm James Spann with Taylor Serralo working a severe weather situation tonight. And this warning for Jefferson has been canceled. So Jefferson County, all clear. St. Clair County, this is the concern. And again, you can see the polygon goes as far northeast as Asheville, Whitney Junction, Horsepins 40, and Chandler Mountain. We've got very broad circulation down and through here. This is not tight like you'd expect to see when there's a tornado down. But still, this could change. We're watching to see if this wants to cycle back up, and I think that's the right thing to do. Instead of canceling the warning, let's see if it cycles back up. But at the moment, that's not a classic tornado signature here. There could be some strong straight-line winds and certainly tremendous amounts of rain. We'll check the correlation coefficient for debris being lofted, and it's not there. There's no evidence of that. So we have no debris being lofted. There's no evidence of a tornado. Let's go back to the reflectivity. And obviously, it's just pouring rain in through here, just absolutely pouring rain in through this part of St. Clair County. But still, if you're in this polygon, you respect the polygon and stay sheltered. And again, we advise no mobile homes, no cars, which means we certainly don't want people driving along Interstate 59. This is the new adjusted polygon, and the Weather Service keeps adjusting these to fit where they believe the greatest chance of rotation will be. And again, you can see that it's taken downtown Springville out of this, and the concern is really south of Springville. That's Highway 174 right here, runs from Odenville back up to Springville. And again, I just can't even pick out a spot to show you here. There's not a tornadic signature at the moment. We'll see if one redevelops, but still stay sheltered. Folks with a Springville mailing address are probably just south of downtown Springville down here. Same thing for Margaret, although most likely the greatest danger is east of Margaret at this point. And certainly those of you in Asheville and Shoal Creek Valley, which is located right down through here. This is US 231 that goes down to Wattsville and Pell City. This is 411 that goes down to Odenville and Branchville. So again, at the moment, here at 11:15, 11:16 now, we have very broad rotation over St. Clair County, but we don't have a tornado signature to show you. The Weather Service is going to maintain that tornado warning for a little bit longer to see if a tornado circulation redevelops, which might happen. This storm apparently has caused significant damage in parts of northern Jefferson County, specifically around Fultondale. Beyond that, I don't know what's happened in Center Point or Huffman or Clay or Chalkville. I don't have that information at this point. And again, our folks in the news department are working to get information. Again, reports from Fultondale, we have damage around Walker Chapel Road, Indian Valley Road, Carson Road. Unknown injuries at this point. That's from the police chief and Carol Robinson with AL.com. Who's reporting tonight. So again, there has been significant damage with this storm north of Birmingham and northern Jefferson. But again, there is no tornado signature in through here at this point. That is just a lot of rain. It's windy. We have thunder. We have lightning. But no tornadic signature, no debris being lofted at this point for St. Clair County. The air is a little more stable over here. We had kind of a wedge today affecting places like Gadsden. Gadsden stayed in the 50s much of the day, while parts of West Alabama flirted with 80 today. So as this continues pushing northeast, it will encounter a more stable air mass, and most likely the odds of this dropping another tornado are decreasing with time, and especially as the storm moves on to the east. And again, Calhoun County is not in the tornado watch because conditions really don't favor tornadoes there. But still, we're going to keep an eye on this. And this is the reason we're here on TV at 11:17 is for this one tornado warning that is currently in effect for St. Clair County, the northern part, okay? Listen, if you're in Pell City, this has nothing to do with you. You're not even close to this. You might have thunder and lightning and wind and rain, but in terms of a tornado threat, no. Again, Pell City is way down here. This is US 231 going south. Odenville and Branchville, Moody, you're not in this, okay? This is all north of 411 up until the time it gets to about Asheville. Asheville High School sits right here. The St. Clair County Courthouse. They have two courthouses in St. Clair County, one in Asheville, one in Pell City. The northern courthouse in Asheville, right in the middle of downtown here. This is 411 coming up toward Gadsden. And again, that's 231 coming up toward Whitney Junction, which is right here. And then Horsepins 40 is up on the mountains. So, Taylor, any additional reports from your end in terms of damage that you're seeing?
Not that I'm seeing so far, but I feel that we will start to get some more coming in, especially just based on that debris signature that we saw.
Let me just say I got a good report. Family in Pilgrim's Rest in Clay, and they're safe. They were not safe in 2012. They were hit. That's great news. So I've not heard specifically of reports of damage from Chalkville, Clay, Argo, that far northeastern end of Jefferson County. The damage reports all coming out of Fultondale. And that thing looked nasty. We saw the debris being lofted, and it came from Fultondale over toward Pawnee, the Pinson Valley Parkway, and then into Center Point. But we've heard of no specific damage over there at this point. So again, if you're just joining us here, it's 11:20. I'm James Spann with Taylor Serralo, and many of you are watching on your phone. However you're watching, we're glad you're here. And again, remember, when we're on television, all of our energy is focused right here. So we thank you for joining us and for watching this tonight. Want to go back to a big map with a tornado watch. I want to show a big picture. A lot of people are asking, Taylor, can I go to bed now? Is the severe weather threat over? So I want to show you who is out of the severe weather risk, okay? We're going to pop the tornado watch on the display here, and there's your cold front. You can pick it out right there, but a number of counties have been cleared from the tornado watch, and you can see that we have Lamar, Marion, Winston, Franklin, Lawrence, Colbert, Lauderdale, Morgan, Limestone. The severe weather risk has ended for you. The risk continues in the counties here in yellow, the tornado watch in effect until 1 a.m. The surface cold front is located right here. These storms are on the front, and you can see we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Pickens County for the possibility of damaging straight line winds and maybe some hail with that storm that is moving into Tuscaloosa. But other than that, there are no warnings on the western side of the state. The reason we are on TV, it's this thing right here. This storm came across northern Jefferson. The warning was issued at about 10:35 tonight. And right as the newscast was ending, so that's when the warning was posted by the Weather Service in Birmingham. And soon after that, we saw the debris being lofted. We've had damage in Fultondale, in areas just north of downtown Birmingham. But again, that thunderstorm cluster is in St. Clair County. This is a flood advisory that's being posted by the Weather Service. The green polygon, that's not a flash flood warning, but a flood advisory for the possibility of flooding with the tremendous rain rates we're seeing in here. But let's go back into St. Clair County. Taylor, we're going to focus in on that storm. That's the only tornado warning we currently have in the state at this point. And again, we have reports now from Centerpoint Fire of structure damage in the 500 block of Sun Hill Road. So this is the first reports of damage I've seen from Centerpoint. This is coming from Centerpoint Fire.
And apparently we also just had a caller to our newsroom reporting structure damage and trees down in northeast Centerpoint as well. So we're starting to get those reports in.
Right, and that's it. It takes a while for us to get these reports because often cell service goes down and we just can't get them. But we know there's been damage in Fultondale. Now we know there's been damage in Centerpoint. And again, I've not seen any damage in Chalkville and Clay. The signature was not as fierce in Chalkville, Clay, northern Trussville as it was coming through Fultondale and Centerpoint in this case. But again, this is the current situation for St. Clair County. This is your tornado warning. The green polygon, that is an aerial flood advisory, but we're going to focus on this polygon right in through here. So let's go back to our velocity display and see what this looks like. And again, there's just not a tornado signature right here. Strong winds, yes. Straight line winds, a definite possibility here. But again, there's just nothing to show you in terms of a tornado signature. Let's look just for the fun of it at the correlation coefficient, debris tracker, and that's going to show nothing. So debris is not being lofted. We see no evidence of a tornado. And again, the Weather Service will make an option on whether to expire this early or not. The tornado warning for St. Clair is scheduled to expire anyway in 7 minutes. And they might just let it go based on the fact that this storm has had a history of producing very significant damage. So one way or the other, this thing will expire at 11:30. I doubt that they extend it because there's no reason to do that. There's nothing happening right now. And again, the good news is this moves more to the east. Again, this is Etowah County. This is Calhoun County down here. The air is much more stable in through here. It was cooler today with a wedge, cold air damming. And that means most likely we're not going to have a major issue with severe weather up in through here. So let's go back to reflectivity. This is the debris tracker. That's the reflectivity. It's just pouring. And let's put lightning just for the fun of it on here. I know there's so much it's going to be hard to see what's underneath that. This is real-time lightning, and then you can see just almost constant lightning output here. This is Gadsden all the way down Interstate 59 to Asheville, down Interstate 59 to Springville. Odenville, you've got heavy rain falling. And understand, heavy rain falling doesn't mean there's a tornado. People say, well, it's horrible weather here. Well, we're focusing in on places where there's a tornado, something that can kill you. We have to focus in on that. You know, you're not going to melt in the rain here, although flash flooding could be a serious issue if you have a long duration rain event like this, but we think we won't have major flooding here. So let's go back to our velocity display. And really in a case like this, velocity is going to tell the story. We've got a report that a hotel in Fultondale has been evacuated because of a gas leak. And again, that's the kind of stuff that's going on in Fultondale. And again, as soon as we can get video back safely from a crew that's up there, and I did check our Fultondale Skycam earlier, Taylor, that is down, so we don't have that at our fingertips here. But again, this is your polygon, and there's no tornado here. And again, this is not a tornado signature down here, so this warning will expire in less than 5 minutes unless something dramatic happens here.
In our Skywatcher network, it sounds like there's a lot of damage in Fultondale.
Okay.
A lot of damage in Fultondale.
Yeah, John Talbot is probably one of the best scanner guys in the world here. I see Brian Falls is on here. Yeah, let me just kind of go through what John is saying. Centerpoint Fire reporting heavy damage off Sun Hill Road and Carson Road. They're doing a search and rescue now. We have to be really careful here. There's a lot of reports, and we're trying to give you credible reports. We have reports of collapsed houses on Newcastle Road, reports of a person trapped in a car. State troopers are staging with Fultondale Police off Walker's Chapel to assist. Other law enforcement agencies are coming in to assist as well. Tarrant and North Smithfield Fire on the way to assist Fultondale. And again, we're getting reports of multiple entrapments on Newcastle Road. So again, we've clearly had major damage in Fultondale. Heavy structural damage to several homes. We've got a report of a family trapped in a house because of a tree down. And I will say, Taylor, it sounds like we do have some injuries here. The extent of those beyond that, we just don't know at this point. And so again, it's 11:27, and we're kind of focusing on damage now. There's no tornado going on here. This warning is going to expire in less than 3 minutes. And the odds of additional warnings, I'd say, are fairly small. And there's a lot of images. We have to be really careful in what we show here, just to be sure that we don't want to show something that's not there. A lot of people, send things that just aren't true. But I tell you what I want to do, we're going to show some of this. And again, Taylor, I'm going to let you pick it up here for just a second while I...
Okay, and I'm going to take a look at the big picture again here, just so for folks who are tuning in, maybe you're hearing thunder and you're wondering what's going on. So we do still have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Pickens County. So I'm going to zoom you down and show you where that is, because we do not believe that there is a tornado associated with that tornado warning for St. Clair at this time. We do have heavy rain, probably some gusty winds going on across parts of Pickens County near Gordo. But I want to take us a little bit farther northward, because parts of northern Tuscaloosa County seeing some very heavy rain at this point. Where you see that purple color there, that's indicating some very heavy rain, possibly some small hail with that as well. No severe thunderstorm warning for this storm at this point, but if you live in Samantha or Gorgas, you are definitely hearing lots of thunder. You can see lots of lightning with that storm as well. Heavy rain extends north and east from that across parts of Walker County, just south of Jasper along I-22. So near Parrish, Dora, Sipsey, we do have heavy rain, lots of lightning, and then that thunderstorm extends into southern Coleman County as well. So at this point, we do have 2 warnings on the board. Well, now just one. So that warning for Pickens County was allowed to be expired because the storm in that area looked like it was weakening. We are expecting the tornado warning that you see flashing there for St. Clair County to expire in about 30 seconds, and we do not see a circulation indicating a tornado on the ground with that. So at this point, no warnings across our state, but we are watching some strong thunderstorms, and the strongest thunderstorm right now does appear to be, or or at least the strongest part of this thunderstorm, does appear to be in northern Tuscaloosa County. So that's north of the city of Tuscaloosa, just south of Barry in Fayette County, near Wyndham Springs. I don't think our Wyndham Springs camera is working right now, but